Remember when we told you the roof was done? It is, well, mostly. We'll come back to that. And then there's Ryan's recycling saga, which somehow turned into a date day. I'm starting to think the metal and cardboard in this building will never end.
I have a really good habit of getting everything to like 95% of the way and then falling over and saying it's good enough. It does mean that we end up having all these little projects left to do. So that's why you'll see us finishing the roof here.
And don't forget, this is on its way.
Arizona weather is a little unpredictable, and unlike Oregon with passive aggressive rain, it's just full on like aggressive. Basically imagine taking a fire hose, aiming it at your building. That's what Arizona does in the rain. So that's why these things are super important, because otherwise the water would go behind it. This bale isn't very good, but it'll work. Three-point turn to get out, maybe 4-point turn. We're looking pretty today because we're gonna make a little bit of a date day out of recycling day. If you have too much weight on the tongue, it'll whip around. If you have too much in the back, it could come off your ball hitch. Who decided to do this today?
You said it would be easy.
I lied. I'm filthy. I'm a filthy animal. I'm gonna go clean up and then we're gonna get the heck out of here. Not worth the effort. But again, I didn't have to pay to get rid of it at the landfill, so there's that. It's kind of funny. I went to college in Italy and I flew Melanie out for her birthday, supposedly. Proposed to her on Juliet's balcony in Verona, Italy. Super romantic, awesome. And then subsequently have gone downhill to the point where we were working on a house and we celebrated by going to the dump on our anniversary. But in my defense, I took her out to lunch at a fine establishment in the vicinity and said, hey, you can get anything you want off the dollar menu.
25 years later, we somehow found ourselves back in Italy, this time spending 52 days driving around the country looking for a place to call home.
View's nice, but the road's not.
But that's a story for another day.
Well, it's good I turned on the camera when I started working on this thing because turns out it's quite the episode all on its own. Massive distraction took me away from doing the roof. We've brewed over 26 and a half, almost 27,000 cups of coffee through this machine. We bought this machine about 20 years ago. It's been absolutely amazing. It started leaking. It's a pretty common thing. This has definitely seen better days. All I needed to do was pull this out, take one clip out, unscrew the thing, put the clip back in, and I'm done. It would have been 10 minutes, no big deal. I decided that, well, since it's so old, I'd go ahead and replace all the little O-rings and things. They weren't leaking, there's nothing really wrong with them. There was no reason to do it other than just preventative maintenance. Not a good idea at all. I replaced all of these O-rings and they leak. It's not even so much that it leaks, but it just doesn't work. This is what happens when DIY meets a $2,000 coffee machine. This is what they call a brew group. This is where your coffee is made. I disassembled this entire thing to replace the O-rings inside of this. I don't know if that's the problem. I've taken this out more times than I'd like to count. I'm gonna take this all apart and do it again. What a nightmare. Why do once what you can do so many more times? This set of O-rings cost me half the price of the one that I bought because the one that I bought was supposed to be better. Unfortunately, these O-ring kits don't come with any instructions to tell you which gasket goes where, so you kind of got to guess. Got a couple extra dog furs in there because you know what? Harvey is a white, wonderful wizard of fluff. The guy on the internet had a really good video. It says as long as you push this piece in like I'm doing, it should work, but it's not. If you're trying to get the technical terms and all that, you're looking at the wrong video, my friend. Go ahead and watch his video. He'll give you all the tips and tricks. I'll just show you the nightmare that I'm dealing with. Hopefully this will fix the problem and I'll have coffee tomorrow. Arms, I have to go in these gears and the gears don't want to mesh. So all you do is you put this piece in here and you stick this piece in there and it magically works. I've been doing this for how long and it doesn't magically work. That's in there. There's coffee, so that's a good sign, I guess. That one feels really good. It actually goes in, feels like it gives a nice solid connection, so that's what we're gonna go with. Got my water in there, got my beans in there. And there it goes. I am fueled by caffeine.
I guess part of the reason why we haven't done all of this yet is where we've got the roll roofing and the cap sheet. The cap sheet didn't go up the wall far enough, so we need that as basically kind of like the step flashing. It goes up the wall. And on that side, it didn't go up high enough. We fucked up over here, so that doesn't go up high enough. So I gotta cut the cap sheet and put that on. And I guess after doing all of this, I just didn't want to do anymore. So I guess maybe that's why we haven't done it all. I don't know. Anyway. Here you can see we have this piece of cap sheet that I installed on top of this other one. Has a nice big overlap, and then it goes up the wall far enough that that piece of flashing would come over this edge and to make it completely watertight. So that's what I have to do. And if you come over here, you can see that piece is missing. It's not super difficult, but as you can see, I'm in the sun right now, so I'm not loving that. And yeah, so I'm gonna go back to working over here in the shade. And we'll roll that out 15 feet. They get lighter and lighter as you install it. We got lucky. 15 feet is here, and then we have another 4 or 5 feet.
I'm using something that looks like a cat's claw. It's like a hook blade, so it cuts in this area of the blade. Oh my God, scissors.
Don't you mean shears?
Oh, they're not shears. They don't cut like shears. They don't cut like anything. I'm a little frustrated that someone ruined my cutters because they're only like a year old, but that someone may have been related to me. It may have actually even been myself. I really screwed these things up cutting the shingles apparently. Now that I got this all goobered up with the caulk, just gonna go ahead and tap that into place. I've done like 20 feet. It's not the worst job I've done all day. It's just the only job I've done all day. We're gonna try to finish up the last little finishing touches to make sure this is completely watertight and ready. And then we're gonna take a break. The dump in Idlewild, California is surprisingly nice. All right, yeah, that'll be our thing. Every year for our anniversary, we'll go do a video at a dump in Europe and show you the dumps of the world. You have to wait a year and then you get another episode.